Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of The Lord of the Rings Online. Now, we got a little bit of an immersion break. We have left the desolate wastes, and I'm here in cheery Breetown because for like 16 years or something, I have been a VIP of this game. Been playing since closed beta in 2007, and never have I taken advantage of these VIP rewards from this NPC in front of the boar fountain, and it's time to do so. I came here to decrease the landscape difficulty from 4 to 3, not because I was struggling, but because I think it'll help move the content along a little faster for the series, and I figured I'd stop by the boar fountain and get this done. So, let's see what this is all about.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Ah, a patron of distinction. Welcome indeed. I happen to have a wondrous table to decorate your home, and you are quite welcome to it. This map table from the War of Three Peaks will allow you to travel and aid the Prince of Durin. I'm going to decline that for now. Not what I was looking for. This is what I'm looking for.
Will you give me a moment of time, friend?
Patron of distinction, welcome indeed. I happen to have some items that might enhance your adventures, and you are quite welcome to them. Even in the bleakest wilderness, you can use these fine items to call upon all services found in the finest of towns. Keep your equipment in tip-top shape, and craft with great speed. Alright, so subscriber town services, so that allows me, I think, to bank and to repair anywhere in the world. Subscriber jug accelerates crafting time, prevents item wear from combat, crafting, and defeat. Spectacular.
Greetings, friend.
Here you go, and safe travels. Should you pass this way another day, Kippen, I would be happy to provide these gifts again. Alright. So I definitely want the nowhere thing. So this lasts for 2 weeks, and then I have to come refresh it. And then here I can just do this. Nice, okay. So I'll leave this here at the bottom. Put this here as well. Okay. We're ready to get started, boys. Let's go to... Where am I going? Not the camp with the host. I'm going to Haerondir, which is a little bit deeper in. Okay, perfect. So if you recall, I am over here. I did make it over here in a previous episode and set my milestone here. And now all my quests are here, so... Ah, what a strange lichen. It is both flaky and damp at once. Those properties seem ideal for its use as a poison, but I wonder how it might be used in combination with other flora from these lands and from lands of Ithilien. I shall think on this for a time, Kip, and in the meantime, I have another task for you. While I work with the troll strife you recovered for me, I would have you explore the waste further. It is plain to see that these lands have laid barren for many long years, but even among this desolation, I have seen the trunks of trees and felt the soft crack of mushroom caps under my feet as we traveled to Haerondir. Search the land surrounding Haerondir for samples of soil and mushrooms, if you would. If I have need of the good, I shall also have need of the very worst the waste has to offer us. So collect a small file of water from the runoff surrounding the slag hills to the east. Hurry now, Kidman. I would prefer my research to be finished before the battle is joined. Whispering here. So these are the repeatables. You know what? I might do one of these. Let me do the weekly one.
The Rangers will not surrender us, Gilioth.
So again, these are...
is crawling with foes.
These are quests I have already done, so that's why I'm not reading. I'll do the daily one too.
The Rangers will not surrender us, Gilioth. The Rangers will not surrender us, Gilioth.
Ah, Kippen, good to see you. I take it Moblong sent you our way. We can surely use the assistance.
Be wary, my friends. Evil spoils these grounds.
We found an orc camp not far from here in the ruins of Nuiharn. They do not appear to be making a move toward the camp of the host, but it would be unwise to let them linger nearby. The last thing we need is to be ambushed on the road or flanked from the rear while we march to the Black Gate. We have learned that the Orc Captain Bloglock leads the camp. Head to Nuiharn and end this threat.
Will you hear my plight?
Kippen, it is good to have you here with us at the doorstep of the enemy. After you left Osgiliath, the other rangers and I had little difficulty finding and defeating the last orcs hiding amongst the city ruins. Now then, to the matter at hand. As you may have heard, the enemy does not venture into the ruins of Haerondir, for they believe it haunted. In truth, it is not the case. It is an appearance we keep up, so that we may occupy the most northern lookout for Gondor undisturbed. Not long ago, Haradrim set up camp just over the western hills. We have noticed their patrols widen as each day passes. While we have been able to trick the orcs for many years, I fear the Haradrim are shrewder foes. We must stop this camp from spreading and uncovering the truth about Haerondir. Would you take this task while we guard the western gate from the assault?
Faith alone will not stop the enemy.
I have a favor to ask of you, my friend. One of our own, Laidlaw, has set out to scout the hill of Ondahir's Folly. He fears the company of orcs lay in wait and seek to encircle the host as it draws close to the Black Gate. Laidlaw was firm in his desire to scout the hill, but these lands are hostile to us. We cannot risk scouting alone any longer, for the enemy's forces may be arrayed against us just out of sight. Thus, I bid the ranger Minkum accompany him on his patrol. Kippen, I know that you and the ranger have crossed paths many times, and I trust that he shall be of aid to Laidlaw, especially with his knowledge of the enemy's language. Patience also seems to be a virtue of his, as a lore master of sorts named Artemir begged to follow him out of Ondahir's Folly, and he was gracious enough to escort the fellow there. The man is no warrior, and it troubles me that he might endanger their cause through carelessness. As far as I know, they have traveled to the ruins due north of here. The ruins are known as Thom Durlon, but with so little left intact, it is difficult to tell them from any other. Meet them there, and aid Laidlaw and Mincham if you're able, and keep a close eye on Artemir for me. Okay. Nice. Let me come down here real quick, make sure no other quest rings opened up, and sure enough, looks like one did.
Let us hope you bring glad tidings, friend.
I hear Amborn is sending you to Nuiharn. While you're there, can you do me a favor? There is a shrub that grows amongst the ruins, silver-colored and scraggly. We call it Hauntreek. It is valuable to us because it glows an eerie blue color when burned. Why do we want that? I'll explain when you return. Gather some Hauntreek for me, and burn them in the braziers around Haerondir. The color of the flames will change before your eyes. Okay, nice. Now let me go back up. Let's see what else is here. Any other quests for this little hobbit from the Shire? Does not seem like it for now. Looks like I've picked up everything. Men are hard at work preparing for the assault. Alright, let's get out of here. All the way back. What is this quest? Oh, never mind. Just did that. So let me see. I guess let me go to that northwest area first. Subscriber buffs. I can't believe it's taken me this long to do it. So this is going to be a repeatable quest, I think. Yeah, continued culling. Just to kind of kill enemies around here. So I'm not going to kill any random enemies because, of course, as I'm doing these quests, I will have to kill enemies regardless, so I don't want to waste time. We'll be killing plenty of enemies. And again, like I said, I did take the difficulty down to tier 3 just to see if we can kind of speed up the content a little bit. I notice it does slow me down just because it takes much longer to kill the enemies. It's fun, it's challenging, but I want to try to keep a good pace to the series as well. Trying to find that sweet spot as always. Okay, so here we are in Nuiharn. So there's a captain and an archer. All right, let me go with the archer. Get some AoEs going. Excellent. And then I will accept the continued culling quest, which I have already done. So I need to kill... Yeah, I need to kill 12 of these guys here. See, I think like if I was in the difficulty tier 4, as in before, this might be a little trickier. Even so, I'm kind of struggling a little bit. Make sure my health is tip-top here. See, like, I have to wait for my health a little bit in some occasions. I think I'll be fine with just one of these guys. Let me do a healing gambit just to kind of get my HP going up in between the fights here. These guys are freaking out over here. Exaltation of battle, always good to try and keep the health up. Yeah, I think the tier 3 is nice, you know, it still brings some challenge, but I feel like it doesn't really... It's not really slowing me down too aggressively. Oh, I accidentally brought that guy in. Get rid of that disease. Ah, dang it. I was too slow on the interrupt there. Let me get some healing gambits, or I will die. See, that was a bad fight. I got a little squirrely there because I was being a little incompetent. We did okay. We did okay overall. So it looks like I only need one more, and there he is, but he's got... Oh no, he's got 2 captains with him. This might be a little squirrely of a fight. Let me go ahead and buff myself. Let me get some buffs going. Shield tactics. Let me do a dance of war here. Okay, let's do it. Good luck to me. Good exaltation in battle. Get some healing gambits. Alright, we survived. Very good, very good. I'm getting better as a warden. I hope you guys noticed that my skill has increased a little bit. I'm still not great, of course, but the point is to improve. There's so much room for improvement on a warden. You can be anywhere from like a completely useless warden to an epic solo anything in front of you warden. So the The ceiling is very high, which is kind of cool. That's what I like about the Warden. And I'm definitely somewhere in the middle. But ever moving towards improvement, which is good. Okay, what am I looking for here? Still looking for the little Hauntrieks. There's one on the other side of that wall. There's one here. Yeah, I feel like many of the other classes are a lot easier than the Warden, and you can get to like the top tier of your class without as much practice, but the top tier of other classes aren't as high as a Warden, if that makes sense. Am I making any sense? There's probably a more eloquent way to describe what I'm trying to say. I guess let's say, like, on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 is like the best, most effective character. Let's say, for example, a hunter, you can get to like a 70 on a hunter, and 70 is playing the most optimal hunter ever. It may be easy to get to that 70, whereas it may be extremely difficult to get to a 70 as a Warden. But the Warden also has the potential to go up to 100, if that makes sense. Alright, I'm making word salad. Let's move on from that thought. Sorry if my voice sounds a little deeper today. I just woke up, so I'm still kind of... You know when you wake up and you just sound like you woke up? That's me right now. It is kind of fun to wake up and go directly into Lord of the Rings Online, though. Going towards a quest ring here, of course. Keep your head low and... Oh, I meant no offense, my friend. Let us speak swiftly and quietly about what is to be done about the orcs nearby. I have not come alone, but Minkum and I cannot defend against their numbers. As for the lore master, Haerondir does not even have a weapon to wield. He imagines this some sort of careless expedition, I think. I hope he realizes his folly soon, but not by an orcish blade. Most of their forces are gathered up ahead upon the hill of Haerondir's Folly, but a small outpost lies to the northeast just over this ridge. We know little of their intent, but I worry their aim is to endanger the host of the west before it reaches the Black Gate, even if their master wishes otherwise. We must learn more of their purpose at Haerondir's Folly, but I shall not risk a direct attack until we know more. Travel to their outpost and see if you can discover anything from the orcs encamped there. Little bit of lag. Let me wait for the quest to register here. There we go. And doesn't look like there's anything else for now. Alright, let me head up there then. Pretty spooky looking place. More roving threats. Again, I'll do those at the end of the season. So far, though, I've run into a few of the roving threats in this area, and they look like a lot of fun. There's a giant spider. I'm always a sucker for a giant spider boss. I think I'll have to go through here. Trying to find my way in here. I don't know, maybe I took the wrong path. Maybe I should have just headed directly to what appeared to be the main entrance. Pretty epic music here. So, doesn't look like there's a quest to kill these. J.R.R.'s folly reeks still of blood and death, even after all these years. Okay, so not much else for now. There is a quest ring all the way to the northwest, but it looks like it kind of falls outside of the camp. Yeah, let me... Well, I don't know. I kind of want to... I feel like I want to go back because I feel like he's going to give me a quest in here. Let me take the risk. Let me do that. I'll fast forward this since I just rode here. A few orcs roam about the outpost, pausing to pick at their numerous bones within. Okay, so I guess I was going to the wrong spot. Wow, look at all these piles of bones. Very cool. Let me start fighting some of these. Man, it's taking me a while to kill these guys. That Warden's Triumph going. And that didn't really count. I guess you have to get lucky. Because I'm looking for a drop, I suppose. Some good old lag. You discovered a smudged piece of parchment in the orc's keeping. Wonder if I can read it. The orders demand slaves and captives be delivered somewhere known as Faltor Seek for slaughter. We have nearly exhausted our supply of Gondorian prisoners, but I have heard tell that a great force of men approaches from the southwest. Capture any that draw too close and make ready to deliver them to Faltor Seek. After you have claimed those men, return to Mordor and gather any weak or elderly Nurholth you can find. Promise them freedom from their shackles, but instead deliver them to me upon the hill for sacrifice. The blood letter. My God. Okay, let me head back now and let our friend know of these plans. Definitely not good. What have you learned of the orcs' plan, Kippen? Were you able to recover any orders from them? You show Laidlaw the orders, but his face twists in concentration when he sees the phrase in the black speech. Our foes to the north are in great numbers as we expected, but I am left with more questions. The identity of this blood letter is unknown to us. They also have many unfortunate prisoners in their keeping, but we do not know what or where this Faltor Sheik could be. It troubles me, my friend, but of this writing in the Westron, for what purpose is a single phrase in the tongue of the orcs? I assume that bringing along a lore master such as Haerondir might have been of great help to us for such a chance find, but the man seems repulsed at the mere mention of the black speech. The poor fellow should have stayed back at Haerondir. It seems that Maendel was wise to ask Mincom's aid after all. The ranger is well learned in the language of the enemy. Bring this missive to Mincom and see what he can make of it. What is this missive you bear? You explain to Mincom that you have need of his knowledge of the black speech once more. He takes the orders from you and he begins to read it. When he reaches the phrase in the black speech, he suddenly halts. By my reading of these orders, I understand J.R.R.'s folly and Faltor Seek to be the very same. And it seems that the orcs have made something far worse of that hill than a mere strategic holding. That phrase, Faltor Seek, it means the Fane of Screaming. Such a name. It affords new significance to the grim structure that towers over the hill. It is not merely an orcish encampment, my friend, but a temple of slaughter. The Fane of Screaming. What a vile name for a place of such sorrow for the people of Gondor. I have heard tales told by Aragorn of the king of old, Ondahir, and the fates that he traveled far to meet him in these lands. I believe that this is a tale better told by Artemir, and in less pressing times. Suffice it to say, a king of Númenórean blood laid low by the enemy's servant is not soon to be forgotten. They have twisted the loss of Gondor into a monument to their own master. It is clear that these orcs have defiled the hill, and I fear many of the Dark Lord's prisoners have met their end on its summit, and without the mercy of a swift death. Even in wartime, and with a great battle looming, I cannot abandon those that still remain to such a fate. I could not forgive myself for turning away from their pain, Kippen, and I believe Aragorn would consider this proper course as well. Travel to Ondahir's Folly and free all of the prisoners you can find. I shall keep watch for your return, my friend.
Be quick. Tell me everything.
What did the ranger make of this missive, Kippen? You informed Laidlaw that Faltor Sheik translates to the Fane of Screaming, and that Minkum takes that to mean. His face is aghast for a moment, but he is able to summon his words once more. The Fane of Screaming. Is this truly the name that they have bestowed upon the site of our king's fall? If the orcs sought to provoke us through insults, I shall let them consider this a victory, but it will be their last. It has been a long time since we moved against the orcs in the Waste directly, and I believe it likely an assault would catch them by surprise. I no longer doubt your place among the rangers, my friend, for you have done so much to aid my company, and I trust that you would do so again. For the sake of our king's memory and the fallen, ride to Ondahir's Folly and put an end to those orcs. Alright. Let us ride out. Roving thread again. There it is. Looks like a ghost of some sort. Looks like I have a lot to accomplish in here. And some of you who have been watching the series for a while know what's coming, because it's going to be one of my little mini cliffhangers, okay? We're going to do this in the next episode. We'll go in there and try to rescue some prisoner, kill some orcs. So I'll leave you with this grim image. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.